First thing to work out is whether this route actually will work as a traditional route. I don't actually know yet. It looks like there's plenty of places for protection, but it's flipping steep. And I don't know, it's hard to tell from first glance, especially from a distance. So I'm going down with like a massive rack just to see what I can get in. This is going to be like make or break, and if I can't get enough stuff in, then it's game over before we even start. So yeah, this is an important checking out. Definitely wouldn't fancy my chances soloing today. Whoa, no way. No, this is definitely not a soloing day. Alright, okay. Oh, it's totally exhausting. I don't know what's going on with my foot there now. Whoa! See, this is quite a frightening situation to be in. To be fair, it's all a bit harrowing.
So from 2000 onwards, there was like this real quest on to find the last great deep water soloing challenges in the UK, and it was actually Mike Robertson who gave me a tip off about this wall at Forbidden Head, or at least he said there were two walls, like a steep wall and then like an uber steep, like off the scale wall.
I can see why Neil definitely went for the deep water solo of this, because this is a ball lake to protect. Absolutely flipping awkward.
And he predicted that this was going to be like the kind of last word in British deep water soloing, that there could be like 8 Bs and 8 Cs on this wall. So sure enough, I went to have a look, and it just had all the makings. It was like a kind of Lulworth Cove type rock, like really overhanging, but seemingly with smaller holds on it. And I set about, well, I tried to abseil down the line and just immediately ended up out in space, you know, and had this total epic.
It's looking, it's got holes. It's definitely got holes, but it looks really, it's flipping so steep. It's quite hard to get your head around how steep it actually is until you get on it. And then it's just mental. I don't know how you're going to climb this section. I mean, it's a bit soggy in a few places.
When I was working Olympiad, it was really clear to me that it would go on trad, because people say, oh yeah, Olympiad, oh, you know, it's a real pain with the tides, but when you think about it, the tide's high, you do it as a deep water solo. When the tide's low, you do it as a trad route. So in actual fact, it's climbable like in most hours of the day. When Steve said he was keen to have a go as a trad route, I just thought that's totally logical.
Okay, so that was really a good checking out session. It's kind of scary with the sea below. I won't be soloing it today above that water, but the gears, I think it's all right. I think the gear's all right, but it's definitely miles apart. So there's a big air potential, like really big air. I need to see it from the ground with no water to know how close you're going to be if you fall off those hard moves at the top. So until then, I still can't say for sure. It's not a sport route at all. I think it's going to be quite hard to place as well, because it's going to be hard climbing, like really hard. I don't know whether I've got the beans for that. It's going to make it feel a whole world harder. But hey, that's what we're here for. It's not supposed to be easy, and actually I'm quite pleased with that, because if there'd been less gear, then it would have just been a write-off right from the start. So it's not a write-off, it's like a, let's have another look. Let's check it out again. Okay, so I'm going to come up, have a flapjack, and then go down and look at the moves. See what happens. That's if I can get up.
I think the first time he went down there, he had a total epic, and I did tell him that this is an inevitable part of it, because you spend most of your time like swinging out, jumaring up, rigging ropes, your skin gets totally trashed, and you end up feeling like you've had a day's work on a building site and you've actually got not much climbing done to show for it. But I think the next time he came back, he was a little bit more strategic, and he was able to sort of get in there and work it a little bit more and get himself closer to the finishing line.
It's kind of nice knowing that if you do make a massive mistake, at least you fall into the sea. Not that that'd be very much fun. At least you wouldn't die. So, yeah, some consolation to know there's some water underneath you. Okay, onwards, downwards.
It was really cool to see some pretty handy climbers get on it and check it out, and you know, I won't lie, it's nice when people report back to you that it's pretty hard, and if anything the grade was a bit stern rather than soft touch. I think there's always this thing with deep water sailing, or when it comes to trad, people tend to get a bit overexcited about the French grade, but with Olympiad, you know, I figured it was on the tough side, and at one point I wasn't sure if it was 8B plus or not, and then I found this crucial knee bar like a third of the way up, which really took the sting out of it. So I settled for hard 8B, and it was obviously going to take someone of Steve's calibre to actually, you know, come in and get the job.
Well, that is definitely slippery. Into there. And then we're there. Possibly there, possibly there, and then up to that, onto there, to that, onto there, to that, whoa, and then we fall off. Nails of armour. Now I'm going to fall.
Steve's been on a real crusade with hard trad climbing, and I think he doesn't want to necessarily go for stuff with like bad gear that's going to rip out. Steve really likes the idea of like steep, sort of sporty type routes with pretty big runouts, but falling onto good gear. So Olympiad fitted the bill perfectly for him, and he's kind of testing that combination of his sport and his trad climbing ability.
Whoa. So done most of the moves, but even though I've done most of the moves, I can't tell whether I can link all them together. That's pretty beastly. It's a bit wet. It's hard. It might go. It might go, but it might not. That's quite intense. It's flipping amazing though. Absolutely, like move for move, the moves are brilliant. The gear's probably enough, but it's a bit far apart. But it's a lot of moves. That's that really intense bit of climbing. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to reserve judgment. I'm not going to make a comment yet. Someone can do it. Okay, I need to get out of here now. Quite a lot going through the mind at the moment. Mainly that it is like really good. Like it's actually even better than I thought it was going to be. Even better than I hoped it was going to be. Such a good climb, and it will go on gear. It's definitely going to go on gear. That's a great project, but it is hard. Like really gooey, really intense moves, really spaced gear. It's got all the ingredients, to be honest. It's got everything that I would want, but whether it's within the realms, don't know yet. So I'm gonna have to. The bottom bit, I haven't figured the bottom bit out. Like right at the bottom, I've no idea what happens down there. So I need to get down there in the dry and have a look. And then if that bit is okay, then I guess I'll probably give it a burn. I think I'll tell a lot more actually if I try and lead it, because it's really hard to tell on a rope. It's so awkward, it's so steep, you're just swinging around and you can't really sort of get a feel for how the moves are going to go and whether they're going to feel really awkward or whether they're going to be okay. Yeah, quite a lot of unknowns, but well, we'll see.
Thinking about this, Steve's been everywhere and done everything, and you know, he's rocked up at Raventort and ticked the crag, and he's rocked up at Kilns Inn, ticked the crag, and he's going to be thinking, well, what's next? You know, I want to sort of put my skills to the test in slightly remoter, like wilder environments where there are more logistical challenges. It's not just like park your car, dump your rope mat and do the route. It's like, well, how am I even going to get to the start of this route so I can try it? You know, how am I going to work it when there's no bolts in it? All this type of stuff. A lot of people are put off by that in Pembroke, but for Steve, that's part of the challenge, because he's wanting to add something new to the mix in his climbing.
I'm Edmund. I live just above the crag actually, and I've not really looked at this at all. Mainly because it looks like a pain in the arse to get to. But yeah, this just requires a bit of perseverance, I think. Well, it looks wet, so it's quite. He hasn't got everything in his favour. Yeah, on gear, it's quite. There is gear on it, so yeah. I think if anyone could do it, he can.
It's a different world down here at the bottom. Completely different world. Today it's black, it's like humid and it's warm and there's no wind, and I've just had a look at it and it's just absolutely nails. Felt so much harder than yesterday, and I've just got no chance today. I know I've got no chance. It's probably worth a little run at the start to just see if it works, because the start is still hard. That's probably what I'll do. I'll have a little grapple with the start and see where we get to. Second. And that'll go in third. Go in fourth. Today, I was quite excited about yesterday, but now today has arrived, I'm not so excited about it anymore. This is my prediction. I'm going to fight my way out on the starting rail and then completely burn myself out getting the first two Ys in, and then fall off after that. Right, time for a scuttle over there. Yeah, so I've got to go all the way up that ledge and then come down again. got a condition window. I got a psych window, definitely got a psych window. That was like, I got to that sort of like horrible knee bar. I thought, wow, I can't believe I've got here. And I just thought, man, I want to do it today. I don't want to fall off. I want to do it now. So I just got summoned up some extra psych from nowhere. But yeah, it was pretty tasty at the end. Flipping heck, what a route though. It's one of the best routes I've done for a long time. I've said that a lot of times. Amazing. What a great route. Just got to solo it now.